everybody. Welcome to episode 5.
Yeah, so before we get started, just want to let you guys know before we literally just right before we start, we're getting ready to film. The camera fell and the USB that powers our microphones broke. So if the audio sounds a little off, sounds different,
That's why.
that is why.
We're hoping that the quality still comes out the same, but that's what happened. We will order new parts and hopefully get it here soon so that it goes back to sounding like normal.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what happened. Actually, our setup is pretty funny. We'll have to insert a photo.
Oh, goodness.
Because it makes sense that it fell if you saw what it looked like. But anyways, this week's episode is all about community.
Yeah, so this just kind of was put on our heart. We were praying, right? And this was just something that came to our hearts as community. This is something we wanted to talk about. And this is something that's very impactful in our lives. So we wanted to start off with a verse. And we will be in Proverbs 27, verse 17. All right. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. So kind of just speaking to what that means, I know it may sound self-explanatory, but if it doesn't, it's basically, again, referencing community that when we are together, it helps us to grow, it helps us to thrive wherever we're at with like-minded believers.
Yes. So speaking on that, why community is important as a Christian. Again, like you said, growth. Also, you're able to have these prayer warriors, these people that pray for you. I know it's very powerful. And then, again, you're doing life with like-minded believers and also being kingdom-minded. And then lastly, you have, which I'm sure there's more, you have that accountability aspect where it's just people are able to speak truth over you, balanced with grace, and help you walk through life.
For sure. And I kind of wanted to go into, kind of the community that we have now. I know we've kind of referenced it in our past episodes, but me and Kelsey lead a young adults group called The Bridge. And we've been, going on about a year and a half now leading it. So when we first started, it was kind of, Kelsey was still at college, so it was kind of me at first, but ever since we've been married, we've kind of went at it together. But it's been awesome to see where it started and how much things have grown because of, again, just the community that we've created, that God's created. We have people staying after and talking, and I feel like our group discussion's gotten better, and things are just more fluent because of people growing closer together as well.
Yeah, it definitely feels like family, and like a safe place where we can be vulnerable. And it's really cool, like you said, we stay after and talk, praying for each other. We serve together. We just had a serving opportunity last week, and that was really cool to just get to even know people while you're serving.
Yeah.
It's really neat. And then also just the different life stages, just being able to witness that and be there for people and vice versa. It's been really rewarding.
For sure. I also wanted to say that at the end of each month, we try to do something that's not just going over the word. We try to do something that's go out and just hang out, as a group, because
fellowship.
Yeah, for sure. Because as believers, it doesn't always have to be, hey, just Bible study, go watch a movie, go do something outside, hang out with somebody in the group or as a group, because you build relationships, you build, you grow through that more than you realize.
Yeah. So now going into times where we've felt community and maybe didn't feel community, or didn't have it. So a time where I didn't really have a strong community is when I was going through the season of going through leaving high school and into college. And I know I've mentioned before, but I went away for college. I was away from home. And that was really hard for me because I know going to a space where I didn't have friendships And it was really a huge prayer where I prayed for godly friends, and also where I was just able to have more of a choice, if that makes sense. I came from a very small high school, so a lot of people, meeting a lot of people and getting to kind of choose friends and also just be able to meet people. So once I did meet those friends, and it really happened fast, I had a great friendship with my roommate, and then I met a girl on my floor who led me to meeting all my other friends. So not only did we have the same interests, which I was really praying for, that was a specific prayer, and that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
But they also showed me a deep care, not just for me, but also for my well-being. And again, these were girls who are Christians who pray for me and walk alongside me even during the hardest of times. So experiencing that in a community where I was away from home, I was uncomfortable, and just really these friends turned into family.
Yeah,
I consider them as close as family.
And who knows, like, the changes in outcome, if you didn't have that there, like how would have you reacted in this situation if you didn't have
a
friends?
Godly community.
Yeah, godly community.
Yeah, they definitely were accountability partners, and just really sweet girls. I love them.
Yeah.
So that's a time for me.
For sure. For me would be, I'm gonna go more on like the time that community helped me to grow, kind of like we talked about. So again, when I first started my faith journey, I had started attending. I was seeking and I wanted to grow, and there was a men's Bible study group, and I just had to started attending that. And I don't know, there was just something about the guys in there, and the questions and some of the things that we went over. Like I just felt like God just filling me with this information, and just I got to learn from the guys there, from having wisdom, experience in their faith journeys, and it was awesome just to hear those stories and to take them into my own and learn and grow from that. So
yeah, again, I think seeing the different life stages, wisdom comes with that.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So that was a way where that I grew, I think, because of community.
So going into now, we are called to be a community. And with that, I like to ask myself questions, and I find myself asking questions. How do we influence others? So because we are a community, we are a group of people where we have the power to positively influence people or negatively. I know I've had moments in my past where I've paused and thought, are my actions right now encouraging others? Are my words right now encouraging others? Can they see Jesus in me? Can they see the level of the relationship I have with him?
Yeah.
And that was very convicting, but it's also can be encouraging. So it allows me to see where I need to grow.
For sure. Good, that's really good. I wanted to touch on kind of going a different route. I wanted to say, like, being in a community is not always easy, especially like in circumstances. So if you're watching this or listening to this and you're like, well, I don't have a community, or I don't know where to look for a community, because I know people move away, right? They move to different places in life. So you move away from your friends, family, you move to a new church, again, whatever that looks like. But the enemy tries to distract you and pull you away from that, and tries to keep you isolated. But God created us to be together. The verse that we started, right? Like, it shows that when we're with one another, we sharpen each other, like we help each other grow. So I guess just for the people that are listening and are like, I don't know where I have a community, pray on it, and God will put opportunities in your path. But also don't get discouraged because you feel like you can't find a community, because there's always somebody out there that's willing to walk alongside you. So just prayer and seek it, honestly.
Yes. Another question that I like to ask myself is, how do the people around us shape us? So the verse that comes to my mind is bad company corrupts good character. Don't be misled, bad company corrupts good character. And that's 1 Corinthians 15:33. So just like we can affect others, how do others affect us? Like, yeah, you can have a community, but Is it leading you towards the Lord? Is it challenging you? So growing up, my dad would always say trash in, trash out, and he specifically would talk about like the music we'd listen to, the TV that we watch. But I thought about it today kind of as also friendships. If you're going to sit around and gossip, which can be so easy to do, that's trash in. And then what are you giving to others?
Yeah.
That's just one example. So I think just being mindful about how we allow others to shape us, as well as what we bring to the table when it comes to community.
For sure. Good. So on that note, I want to go back to the Bible because looking at it in a biblical standpoint, right? We went over Proverbs. That's a verse that we can see community. But I also want to look at Jesus and his ministry, right? Like we look at Jesus, and Jesus brought along his disciples to teach them to learn and grow. But also you look at different stories where Jesus sent his disciples to do other things while he did part of his ministry. So we see, Jesus didn't do his ministry alone. He had other disciples to walk alongside him and help him with the works that he needed to do, that God called him to do. So I think that's just another sense of community we see is Jesus' ministry and his disciples.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, God created us to live in community, and Jesus did not do ministry alone.
For sure.
And I truly believe that we are stronger and we are called to love when we are stronger as a community, and we are called to love. And I know loving may look like just listening. It may look like helping with, maybe it's cleaning, whatever, a service project.
Yeah. Or
just speaking truth to others.
For sure. And that can be, like you said, that can be so many different things. So I think that's it. Yeah.
It's a bit of a shorter episode, but just to be mindful of who you are to others and who others are to you, and seeking the godly communities where you can grow together is really important.
For sure. So our challenge to you this week is, again, where can you find community? Are you lacking community? Do you need more community? If so, pray about it. And again, we see in these verses, we see biblically, you heard our stories, the importance of community and how we've grown. It's a place to grow. So
and I want to say, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
If you are waiting maybe for a friendship, maybe you're in a season of where God is taking people out of your life for a purpose to move you into these godly communities. I just want to encourage you, like, it may take time to find some good communities, because I know in college it felt like forever. But God will use you, and God is going to be with you during that time. So I just want to encourage you, if you're in that season of waiting, the Lord is maybe preparing a certain friend for you, or maybe preparing you for a certain community. So just to give some encouragement.
For sure. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
Sorry for the audio again.
Yes.
I hope it's okay.
It might be like this next week, heads up, but then the week after we should have
Yes, we should be good. So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.